Okay, let's take a look at your quiz. Your quiz was dealing with properties of water using English units. First problem, T equals 400 degrees Fahrenheit. P equals 100 psi. So given those two properties, you're asked to find the enthalpy. You determine that temperature of 400 degrees is greater than the saturation temperature for 100 psi, so it's a superheated vapor. Since it's a superheated vapor, you can go right to the tables, and these values are listed. H is listed in your tables as approximately 1228 BTUs per pound. BTUs per pound mass. Okay, next problem. We have P equals 2500 psi, and X, the quality, is 0.02 or 2%. So the volume, you know it's a mixture, so the volume is equal to the liquid fraction, 1 minus 0.02 times the liquid volume, which is 0.0286, plus the quality, 0.02, the vapor fraction, times the vapor volume, which is 0.13076. Work that out and you get a volume of 0.03064. That wasn't listed as one of your answers. The actual correct answer would be the closest value to that, which is 0.0205, but I understand that that a lot of you got that correct calculating and guessed this value instead, or the value that I had listed of 0.3064. If you did that, then you'll get credit for it either way. So sorry about that. Next problem. Given, let's see, here we're asked to find the entropy. So given T equals 100 degrees Fahrenheit again. Well, actually the first time, 100 degrees Fahrenheit. And the H, the specific enthalpy, is 300 BTUs per pound. You're asked to find the entropy S. Well, at 100 degrees Fahrenheit, you find that the HF is less than the H that you're given, 300, and that's less than Hg, so you know it's a saturated mixture. Once it's a saturated mixture, in order to find a specific property like S, the entropy, you have to first find the quality. So the quality is calculated as H minus HF, or 300 minus 68.03, divided by Hg minus HF, which is 1104.7 minus 68.03. That comes up to a quality of 0.2238, about 22% vapor. And so from that you can calculate the entropy. S equals 1 minus this X that you've calculated times the liquid entropy, which is 0.12961, plus the entropy, the vapor entropy, times X, or X times 1.9819. So that was a multi-part problem, and you find S is equal to 0.5441. So that takes care of problem 3. Okay, so problem 4, you have a 50-gallon tank, and it contains saturated vapor at 40 psi. So the volume, specific volume of the vapor in that tank would be Vg at 40 psi, which is equal to let's see, 10.501 feet cubed per pound. Okay, so we also know the total volume of the tank is equal to 50 gallons. And you multiply that times, oh, you'll have to pull out some conversion factors. The ones in your book are 35.3 feet cubed per 264 gallons. I use this so much that I remember that 1 foot cubed is equal to 7.48 gallons. That's a handy number to have in your head. At any rate, this comes out to 6.68 feet cubed. So you look at it and you say, okay, if the total volume is 6.68 feet cubed and the specific volume is 10.501 feet cubed per pound mass, then I can't even fit a full pound mass in this tank at those conditions. So you remember that V is equal to M times specific volume, and you solve for M from the V and the VG. So M from this calculation is equal to 0.6367 pound mass. Now I asked you for the total enthalpy, which is equal to the mass times the specific enthalpy, which, since it's saturated vapor, is Hg, so this is equal to 0.6327 pound mass times 1169.8 BTUs per pound mass. And from that you can cancel out your units. So let's see, the pound mass cancel, and you wind up with a total enthalpy of equal to 745, approximately 745 BTUs. Now, again, I just want to remind you that these quizzes are primarily for your benefit. Sure, they do count a little bit towards your final grade, but that's not the main purpose of taking them. The main purpose of taking them is to practice and get up to speed and then test yourself. So keep it up. I've seen a lot of you really putting some effort into that, and that will pay off, should pay off very well when you take an in-class test. For your information, my emphasis when I grade your in-class tests is on your understanding. So try to put down everything you know. I understand in a rushed situation you're going to make small numerical errors. Main thing is that you understand the material, because when you're practicing this professionally, you're not going to be quite as rushed. So although you will be expected to be somewhat proficient. So keep practicing, and then when we take the in-class test, you'll see that a lot of these things that don't show up in multiple choice tests, you'll get partial credit for. So if you're not getting all the points you'd like on these, don't let it stress you out too much. Just keep working at it, and we'll have our first test next Friday. Okie doke.